Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Gemini, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. For your key to the week this week, you have the Wheel of Fortune. This is a great card, right? And what this tells me is things are definitely on the change for you. So you've had... for a few weeks now, right, the Geminis have had a little bit of a run of tough luck, I have to say. And I kind of feel like this is the turning point, just in time for spring, obviously, which is great. And what I like about this for you is the Wheel of Fortune tends to, yes, it brings you a change of luck, a change in the winds of fate, etc. But it also puts you in the right place at the right time. This is a week where some opportunities are going to show up for you, but you have to act on them. And you guys have no problem with acting on things or coming and going here, there and everywhere, but this would suggest to me you are having to really take time to, well, not even take time, you're having to show up for the opportunities as they arise. So this is not stuff that you can do that whole Gemini being a little bit fickle thing on. You're going to have to be definite and move on things when the time arises. For those of you that are continued subbies, you know Rafi loves you, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. For your actions and options, you have the King of Cups. All right, nice. So first things first, this is a week where your more benevolent energies are likely to be prevalent. So this could be a week where you are focused on your own healing. This could just as easily be a week where you are playing healer to somebody else, which is a beautiful thing, right? Sometimes, and you know, what better way than to talk something out with a Gemini. This is one of the reasons you guys can make really wonderful talk therapists. It's also, like I said, for some of you, this could be you focused on your own healing. And for a lot of you, this does suggest to me some sort of remedial action, whether this is, petition to the gods, right through to booking yourself into some sort of therapy. I like this. I really like this because in a lot of ways, it does suggest to me that you're doing some deeper work that maybe you're not letting other people know about. For your communications and conversations, you have the Three of Wands. That with the Wheel of Fortune, this is a week. If there is somebody that you've always wanted to contact, if there's someone that you've always wanted to work with, if there's someone that if there's something you've always wanted to do but thought, it's a little bit out of my league at the moment, or, maybe I don't have the money for it or whatever, that is divine luck on your side. You have the cosmic green light right now. Not only is this right place, right time energy, it's also offers that show up through your network that you aren't expecting that can absolutely amplify your voice. I love, love, love this for you. For those of you that are studying or any sort of academia, the Three of Wands, especially with the Wheel of Fortune, this is asking you to expand your vision, to think outside the box. Whatever you're thinking of at the moment, whatever your current path of study, you need to broaden your horizons. You need to think bigger than you currently are because there's more that you can do. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, similar kind of energy, but this is about really starting to ask yourself, what do other people that do what I do get paid? What do... as well, yeah, so for some of you, this might also be a moment at which you get a shove or a nudge into a position of power or leadership in ways that you hadn't expected. This might also be a time where you start looking further afield, or certainly you start to notice that the The field of opportunities available to you through your job, through your industry, is actually broader than you are seeing at this moment in time. For those of you that work for yourselves, business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, this is you starting to think more about your long-term plans, and it looks like the goals and the things that you have planned for that longer term are actually either further ahead than you think or closer at hand than you think. It's like the distance that you feel you need to travel is actually a lot shorter. This is one of those times where, you know, in the films you see that somebody looking down a corridor and it grows and they're like, oh my gosh, like, well, this is one of those times where it's shrinking. Things are very much closer to you than you imagine, and it's going to be through your network of people that things can really expand. For some of you, this may even look like considering international connections, changing where you live, maybe even changing where you do business from or who you do business with. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, plan a holiday. And if that holiday has a spiritual and or healing slant to it, if it's got something to do with like if it's like a healing retreat, or like a yoga retreat or a manifesting retreat, or just any kind of retreat, something of that nature, this week, highly favored for you. For your love and relations, you've got the Three of Swords. Okay, so you've got 2 threes here. What is 2 threes? 2 threes is a calming influence. There is a sense of steely calm that sets in for you this week, and I kind of feel like that's because a lot of you are releasing or letting go of the baggage, and also coming to understand this week that the recent run of bad luck that you've had has been pushing you towards something. There's a big realization taking place here, but it's not like a tower moment. It's like a moment in meditation where you have like a realization. It's a moment in contemplation. It's a moment in those calm sort of moments, stolen seconds, that you really start to see, okay, the reason that this has happened, or the reason I've experienced this, is because of this, and this is what I take away from it. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, I gotta say, it looks like either your health or the partner's health is not good this week, and so this is going to take precedence. That King of Cups does suggest maybe that you might be taking on the role of healer for some of you. Maybe you're caring for a loved one that can't, get about at the moment for any number of reasons. For those of you that are single, honestly, this looks like you could be helping somebody deal with something that is quite challenging to them. Now, what I will say to you is this, and I know, this may be an unpopular opinion that I'm about to voice here, but bonding with somebody over your trauma does not make a healthy relationship. It rarely does. Unless you're talking about 2 very aligned and very healed human beings, bonding with somebody that has a similar traumatic past as you, it's not good. And I say that at a hazard because it's such a dualism to say like, this isn't good. There are lots of people that have shared traumatic histories or similar things in their pasts that have wonderful relationships. It's a rare couple that is able to do that. And so for those of you that are single or newly seeing someone, this week I urge you to consider how similar are our backgrounds, how healed are we really, if we're being completely honest with ourselves, and where is that either a red flag for this relationship being potentially quite disastrous for both of us, or being truly enlightening. There's no in between with this. I'm sorry to say, guys, but I'm just calling it as I see it. For your money and materials, you have the Lovers card. This is your card. So it's an interesting set, right? It really is. I mean, gosh. I could go on forever, but I won't. So I'll keep it simple. When it comes to your money, your finances, and your resources, do not mix money, finances, and business and pleasure this week. No. All right. When it comes to your finances, specifically just yours, especially with this 3 of Wands, especially with this Wheel of Fortune, this is speculative gamble time. I'm not saying put your house, your kids, and your car on the roulette table. What I am saying is buy that lotto ticket. Hit up that person that you've always wanted to work with. If there's a celebrity or somebody that's got a huge following that you think, I'd love, maybe they could give me the exposure that I need. This is the week for you to reach out. Those kinds of bold sort of self-directed advancement sort of taps. Yeah, I like that for you a lot. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is all of the parts of the body that you guys rule. Your upper extremities, hands, fingers, arms, even part of your trachea where it splits to go into the bronchioles. I'm not a doctor, can't give you medical advice, but this would be a really good week. I mean, whenever Gemini stuff comes up for people, I often say to them, start working on your cardio. Just cause. And then when it comes to your home and environment, there is a lot of love here. And for those of you that are, like I said, for those of you that are helping someone through something that is quite traumatic to them, it's really easy to see someone and think, wow, you know what, like we've got this in common and we understand each other. That it's not always the best basis for being a solid relationship. So just be careful. Like, love from a distance. Really check yourself and observe this week. How healed are you? And if it's enough, then you know what, more power to you. And I hope it's wonderful and beautiful and bright. If it's not, and you know you've still got work to do, as the King of Cups suggests that you do, be the healer for this person, but don't blur the lines, all right? As much as I will say. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.